Masai Mara is known as one of Africa's greatest wildlife reserves. It is situated in southwest Kenya and is famous for its abundance of lion, the great wildebeest migration, as well as the Maasai people, who are well known for their distinctive customs and dress.
You're probably getting to know me well enough by now to know I can't resist an elephant. I could sit for hours watching them and never get bored. My only regret is that I can't put my arms around that big neck. You can't blame this little guy for being paranoid. Something sure got the tuft of his tail.
The elephant is distinguished by its high level of intelligence, interesting behavior, methods of communication, and its complex social structure.
In elephants, smell is the most highly developed sense, but sound, deep growling or rumbling noises, is the principal means of communication. Have a listen. Elephants make low-frequency calls, many of which, though loud, are too low for humans to hear. These sounds allow elephants to communicate with one another at distances of 5 to 6 miles.
The topi is a medium-sized antelope with striking reddish-brown to purplish-red coat that is glossy, iridescent, and bright in sunlight. Although not quite as large as its relative, the congoni, or hartebeest, the topi has a similar body shape. In the southern areas, like in South Africa, it is known as the tsesebi. Topis have good hearing and can run quite fast with a bounding gait.
Ground hornbills are huge prehistoric-looking birds. They like open grasslands and savannas. Ground hornbills are omnivorous, spending much of the time foraging on the ground for lizards, snakes, and a wide variety of live prey, plus fruits. They nest in crevices, but the female is not sealed in like typical hornbills. They're a fascinating bird to watch, especially their playful fighting.
The southern ground hornbill is characterized by black coloration and vivid red patches of bare skin on the face and throat. In juvenile birds, it is yellow. These patches are generally believed to keep dust out of the eyes of the birds while they are foraging during the dry season.
The southern ground hornbill is an obligate cooperative breeder, with each breeding pair always assisted by at least 2 other birds. And there's been a recorded 70 years lifespan of a bird in captivity. 70 years, wow. Ground hornbills are believed to reach maturity at 6 to 7 years, but very few breed at this age. They are the largest of the hornbills and are primarily terrestrial. They travel in groups, which normally consist of the dominant male and his mate, along with a number of usually related birds. These act as helpers and assist in feeding the young.
The white tips of the wings, the primary feathers, seen in flight, are another diagnostic characteristic. It is the month of May, and, as is very obvious, there are no wildebeests around. They are currently in Tanzania. The wildebeest migration is actually a year-round, ongoing phenomenon. They follow rainfall patterns, and wherever the grass grows, they will go there.
The Maasai are strongly independent people who value tradition and ritual as an integral part of their everyday lives. They are as much a part of the life of the land as the land is part of them.
One myth about the Maasai is that each young man is supposed to kill a lion before he is circumcised. Lion hunting was an activity of the past, but it has been banned in East Africa. Yet lions are still hunted when they maul Maasai livestock, and young men who engage in traditional lion killing do not face significant consequences. Increasing concern regarding lion populations has given rise to at least one program which promotes accepting compensation when a lion has killed livestock.
Somebody's a very wealthy farmer here. A lot of goats.
We arrived at Tipalaquani just as the sun was setting to a very warm reception. There's a nice fire going, and we all left to get ready for dinner and came back to have a nice happy hour, and then were entertained by Linda, the best joke teller all around. Becky was under the weather, so we didn't realize till the next day that she wasn't going to be joining us. So this next section is for you, Becky. Sorry you missed it, and we sure missed you. We had the cutest gal for a captain. See those hands? They're holding us to the ground right now. And then, liftoff!
Okay guys, now you can put down your...
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Now as we fly along, feel coming up and following fish, because you just kind of go wherever. First aid day. I've been ballooning for nearly 20 years and been out here for 16.
The intermittent jets going off were keeping us nice and toasty because there was a morning chill in the air. It was beyond perfect. We were floating in the heavens.
was going to hit that, did you? Actually, the block work of the bridge down there in the bushes now.
David, turn around, look cute.
We can see another balloon in the sky. If you look directly below the camera out in front of us now, you've got the lumpy bumpy hills on the horizon start point in a place called the Mau Escarpment. Then it heads off into Tanzania, kicks back around to the right, cuts through the Ololo Escarpment, and eventually the Mara River will empty into Lake Victoria.
Black rhinos.
Topis have good sight. Topis have good hearing and can run quite fast with a bounding gait. If I say fast, it is actually a little known fact that the topi is the fastest antelope, and speeds of up to 70 miles per hour are not uncommon.
It's a must for everyone.
Our trusty guide. Ah, cute is that?
You know, some people are just kindly spirits, lovely people to hang with, like our Sue here and Lucas, always good-natured and a smile on their face. This little beauty, the lilac-breasted roller, I think is one of the most beautiful birds on the planet, and it's the national bird of Botswana and Kenya.
Hey, try not to move, whoever's rocking.
This is one of Louie's favorite animals, the Cape buffalo. He says, because they're so smart. He says, you think you're tracking it. You better look behind you, because it's tracking you. The regal and powerful hunters, lions, dominate this kingdom. The lion is one of the most magnificent animals, and they're the laziest of the big cats. They spend about 16 to 20 hours a day sleeping and resting. The pride usually remains intact until the males are challenged and successfully driven away or killed by other males, who then take over.
In the past, lions used to live in most parts of Africa, but sadly, nowadays they are confined to the sub-Saharan region. Most cat species live a fundamentally solitary experience, but the lion is an exception. It has developed a social system based on teamwork and a division of labor within the pride, and an extended but closed family unit centered around a group of related females. The average pride consists of about 15 individuals, including 5 to 10 females with a young and 2 or 3 territorial males that are usually brothers or pride mates. Cooperative hunting enables lions to take prey as large as wildebeest, zebra, buffaloes, even young elephants, rhinos, hippos and giraffes, of which can provide several meals for the pride. They will also take warthog, antelope and even crocodiles as part of their diet. Because they often take over kills made by hyenas, cheetahs and leopards, scavenged food provides more than 50% of their diets in areas like the Serengeti Plains.
Within the pride, the territorial males are the father of all the cubs. When a female's in heat, a male will join her, staying with her constantly. The pair usually mates for less than a minute, but it does so every 15 to 30 minutes for a period of 4 to 5 days. Whew! Tires me out to think about it. When males take over a pride, they usually kill the cubs. The females come into estrus, and the new males sire other cubs. Lions hunt together to increase their success rate, since prey can be difficult to catch and can outrun a single lion. And they hunt at any hour, but they typically go after large prey at night. The lions fan out, and once within striking distance, they bound in among the startled animal. They kill it with a bite to the neck or throat. The success of the hunts is about half the time. The Mara is an incredible natural wonder, a place where Masai share the plains with hunting lions, a place of mighty herds and timeless cycles of life, death, and regeneration.
The Masai Mara National Reserve is known by the locals as the Mara. It is a large game reserve, contiguous with the Serengeti National Park, which is located in Tanzania. It is named in honor of the Masai people, the ancestral inhabitants of the area. And their description of the area, when looked from afar, Mara, which is Ma in the Maasai language for spotted, an apt description for the circles of trees, scrubs, savanna and cloud shadows that mark the area. It is globally famous for its exceptional population of lions, leopards and cheetahs, and of course the annual migration of zebra and wildebeest, also known as the Great Migration.
The Masai herd goats and sheep, as well as the more prized cattle. They are also known for their intricate beaded jewelry. Many Masai today practice nomadic pastoralism, while others have been absorbed into modern-day jobs, working in tourism, where they showcase their culture to visiting tourists. We really enjoyed our guide and driver, Lucas. He could handle those roads like no other, and he was just a cool guy. The Manjis, Minas and his cute wife Nagis, were benefactors of this school that we came to visit. The kids were delightful.
This is the problematic issue of game drives being conducted in the national parks of Kenya. Too many minibuses are allowed at any given stage on a game drive, and this will never be the case when a safari is booked and conducted in a private concession area which adjoins the national park. Other countries also do it differently to avoid this exact problem.
Don't you dare.
This pretty boy looks like he's mixed it up recently, and we're certainly not alone in observing him. So far we've been pretty lucky in our sighting, but this is a regular traffic jam.
Oh, that's a good shot. You got it? You got it! You guys, can you not move?
Okay, it started coming. Rain started coming and coming, but even the birds were trying to get out of it. And Lucas, our trusty guide driver, kept us all dry and safe on the river roads. And then the next morning, on our way to the airport, this is what we had to drive through. But Lucas, our trusty driver, kept us on the roads yet again.
We're with Lucas. We're with Lucas. I keep saying
We're with the man,
We're with the man.
We're with the man. He knows how to handle this stuff.
Good job, Lucas. You can do it.
Elephants are gregarious and form small family groups consisting of an older matriarch and several generations of relatives. These family groups are often visited by mature males who check for females in estrus. Several interrelated family groups may inhabit an area and know each other well. When they meet each other at watering holes and other feeding places, they greet each other quite affectionately, which is astonishing.
Of all its specialized features, the African elephant's muscular trunk is perhaps the most extraordinary. It serves as a nose, hand, extra foot, signaling device, and tool for gathering food, siphoning water, dusting, and digging. The tusks are another notable feature of both males and females. Elephants are right or left tusk, using the favored tusk more often, thus shortening it from constant wear. Tusks differ in size, shape, and angle, and researchers can use them to identify individuals. Elephants are very attentive mothers, and because most elephants' behavior has to be learned, they keep their offspring with them for many years. The diet of an elephant is extremely varied. It's a vegetarian diet including grass, leaves, twigs, bark, fruit, and seed pods. Elephants consume about 5% of their body weight and drink 30 to 50 gallons of water per day. Young elephants have to learn how to draw water up their trunks and pour it into their little mouths. Our flight time was getting close.
Why did you miss your flight? Oh, because there was an elephant in the road.
One last shot, and we just made it. It was the greatest of adventures. And now on to Zanzibar.